tuning in to the online broadcast network, AfterBuzz TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AfterBuzz TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
It's too sensual. It's far too sensual.
I don't even feel like this was the actual beat. I thought it was a little different intro. But I love it anyway. It says AJ Styles theme. We're going to roll with it on YouTube. Why not? Because you're listening to us live on AfterBuzzTV.com. You're watching on the AfterBuzz TV YouTube page. You are liking. You are subscribing. Even giving those 5 stars and whatnot. Tell your friends that we are here to talk about the wonderful world of AfterBuzz TV SmackDown. Welcome, everybody. I am Christian Rosenberg. Follow me on Twitter, @Rosenberg. Instagram, @Rosenberg. And the t-shirts, of course. ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. Fun-filled show today. Rumble has settled. It is done. Great Raw. Another good SmackDown. We need to talk about it. And, of course, I got my buddies here with me. @Curtain Jerks, it's Mr. Scott Narver.
I dare say SmackDown was phenomenal.
How did you come up with that adjective?
Because The Undertaker is quite a phenom, and he's not on the show. So AJ Styles is phenomenal.
Oh, okay. So he's a Nanal. Okay, got it. And the lovely lady next to you with all Nikki everything.
Woo-woo!
Actress Reports, it's Christy Olsen.
That's right, Fearless Christy.
Fearless Christy. # Fearless Christy.
Yeah.
And with a voodoo doll.
I can't tell you how much this little Nikki Bella figure, how happy it makes me.
I thought you were going to say how much it actually costs.
Oh, no. James, our producer, gave this to me.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, James. I have John Cena at home, so I can go home and play. Hey, Nikki, want to get married? Oh, my God.
Well, I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna go wrestle while still hurt, and then do another 1,000 Make-A-Wishes and make movies, and then I'll come back and say hi.
The ring I got for you is to fuse your necks together. Yay!
Oh, good.
Get well, Nikki. Get well.
Yes, get very well. That is no fun.
No. So like I said, Royal Rumble has come and gone. Scott, we really haven't gotten a chance to hear your thoughts on the Rumble. Chrissy and I did the Royal Rumble AfterBuzz on Sunday night. But kind of quickly, because the show started with the recap of the Rumble, your thoughts overall?
I thoroughly enjoyed the show. We had talked about it a little bit beforehand, saying that top to bottom, it was a great show. It meant a lot, just all the matches all the way through. I felt really bad for the second match because Dean Ambrose and Kevin Owens just put on a show-stopping match to kick off the entire show.
But then after that was that New Day match was after that?
Yeah.
Which was also great.
Great, and it was, and they did funny stuff beforehand to ease everybody in. The Divas match was awesome. Like, everything about it was really great. I mean, I've complained about the Roman Reigns thing on other shows, but I don't think the execution of what they did with Roman was the right way to do it. Him walking out on his own volition, being aware and going like, sorry, I just can't wrestle anymore. Oh, what? The Lesnar and the Wyatts are going to be in? Well, I'm going to take a sabbatical for a little while. He looked like a bad guy. And Kevin Owens and Dean Ambrose looked like total badasses walking out completely broken and injured, trying to win that belt that he is not defending at that time. So, that's my only gripe, but I thought everybody else was incredible. AJ was incredible. Jericho did an amazing job. Brock and Jericho in the ring at the same time. I don't think I'd seen that before.
Brock and Jericho?
Yeah. I don't know if they had wrestled back in the day, but that moment where Jericho like chopped him and shoved him a little bit, and then Brock used all of his force and all of his might, because I feel like there's a rhythm amongst wrestlers. When something happens, Jericho was not ready for the rhythm that Brock brought to him. And it was like, oh God, I get it, stay away. But it was a cool show. I mean, if you haven't watched it by now, go check it out. It's a fun show.
Yeah, and tonight was a fun show, I thought. I thought it was a good SmackDown overall. We kicked things off with the New Day. who, you know, they pretty much had the biggest story coming off of Raw, because they had a little interaction with the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. I wish I was talking about the Social Outcast, but I'm actually talking about The Rock. And they're talking about how The Rock should be ashamed of himself for what he did on Raw. In fact, Rock has a doo-doo mouth.
Well, that I will agree with.
Wow.
After those things that he said to Lana. Doo-doo. Right here.
He was just speaking the truth, wasn't he?
Was he?
I don't know.
Scandalous truth.
Spreading rumors. He's like a walking dirt sheet, sir.
And the dirt sheets say that she spoke out about that little exchange, and that now she has even more heat backstage again.
Way to go, Rock.
Yep.
Yeah, it's all The Rock's fault, guys. It's all Rock's fault. He wished a mazel for their engagement.
And he acted like Bo Dallas when talking to Big Show. That should upset you.
You all right? He said you were all right. I loved. He's gonna be the Scorpion King. Oh, imagine what could have happened to you if you actually won it. Anywho,
And then laptop died.
then he broke a 1997 laptop.
Francesca the laptop was destroyed.
The New Day gets interrupted by The Miz, which on one hand was just like, why is The Miz interrupting him? But then he clarifies because The Rock also insulted him on Raw because Rock pretty much treated Miz like he was a valet and tossed him his keys and just completely blew him off.
There was that little moment.
Yes. And he feels he demands respect because he main evented WrestleMania, and he is, of course, interrupted by The Rock's cousins, the Usos. They remind Miz of, like, how long ago did you main event WrestleMania again? It's pushing 5 years now. Can you believe it's already been 5 years since the Miz main evented WrestleMania?
Yeah, and it's been a sweet 5 years. Never have I hated Miz more than him interrupting New Day. How dare he? How dare he? I hate him more.
Aww.
Rightfully so.
Yep. They also mentioned that he must have used his WrestleMania money to buy that dress.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. And New Day then came back and were like, oh, Usos, they're like their cousin Rock. You guys have a gold allergy. Because you guys got no gold.
Mm-hmm.
And Usos are like, well, we're going to take you guys out right now. So here come our partners tonight. Titus O'Neil's music hits. And then we're like, oh, primetime players. Here comes Titus and Darren. There's no Darren.
Where is Darren? What's happening with him?
He was on the kickoff show teaming with Damian Sandow.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
he had been injured before that.
Right.
And then he came out to Sandow's music. And so who knows what's happening with him. And then their fourth partner is Mr. Dolph Ziggler. So we have New Day and The Miz versus Usos, Dolph Ziggler, and Titus O'Neil. Titus chopped the crap out of Kofi.
Yeah.
Like, that hurt me watching it from God knows how many miles away 2 days after it actually happened.
Oh no, more medical bills.
I know, I got more built. I'm almost done paying the other ones, and now I got these.
Thanks a lot, Titus.
Oh, Titus. I know you're thinking of the children because you were awesome and bought honor roll students like tickets to the show tonight. But think of me too, all right? I have bills to pay, and that hurt. Physically and a little emotionally.
Could at least buy you a ticket to SmackDown that you could resell.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an honor student, aren't you?
Sure.
Perfect attendance.
Yes.
Except for when you went to Hawaii for 2 weeks.
I could have called it. I wasn't gonna call in.
You wanted to call in.
I kind of did. I'm the John Cena of AfterBuzz. I feel like if a week goes by and I'm not here, something's wrong.
Yeah. Except John Cena doesn't complain about his medical bills.
No, because he's got a lot of money.
That's true. He sells way more shirts.
He sells about 3 more shirts than I do.
It's close. It's such a close margin between the two.
It really is. It really is. Another highlight in this match is Miz danced with the New Day. And he popped and locked with them and everything.
Yeah.
And he did a very white guy job at it, in my opinion. He did it
Classically white.
classically white. And we have a super kick Clash of the Titus combo on the Miz, and they let Titus get the win here. I feel like they're starting to almost lower Ziggler's stock and rise Titus's. Maybe it's because of all the other charity stuff he's doing, because they keep emphasizing that stuff more and more. But they're starting to give Titus a little bit of a push here.
I'm good with that.
I'm fine with Titus getting the push.
About time.
Move it around a little bit. Put Dolph back here. Put Titus up there.
We just need to have him with like a set feud to see him really earn something. He had that thing going with Stardust for a few weeks, but he just kept beating Stardust every week. So I'm intrigued on what they will do with Titus. Obviously, they've made a decision that they are not putting them back with Darren.
Guess so. And he got the music.
And he got to keep the music.
Did Darren have music? Did we get to see that on the kickoff? I didn't see the kickoff.
He came out to Sandow's music.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Darren doesn't have music yet, or if he does, it's being played at house shows.
He could have had music and they gave it to AJ Styles.
Maybe that was AJ's. It was the original Darren's theme, and like, you know what? We'll give it to AJ. I love AJ's theme. We're going to talk more about AJ shortly, but I love that music.
That's Baby making music right there.
Ooh.
I don't know if.
Did you hear that? Play that again. Play the intro to that music.
The one that
is Baby making music.
The one that he found was some 70s porn version of his actual music.
That's it, man.
That's not his actual music.
The chat roll has been saying they released it on iTunes and everybody's been buying it, so everybody's going to be making some babies. So listen to that.
This is not.
The wow, wow, wow. That is making babies.
James, find another one. That's not the beginning of it. The beginning is with like a church organ.
That's where they cut into it.
That's not with the funk guitar. This was if Isaac Hayes made AJ Styles music.
Download it on iTunes right now and play on the microphone.
It's great. That's not the actual theme. I swear it is not.
See that tattoo with the 3 kids' names? He made.
Yes, the photo that is up there is of AJ Styles.
Right. But those are the babies he made to this music. They gave it to him a long time ago. They're like, you can come out to this music. And he's like, he made babies with it.
That is not it, I swear. I swear it doesn't have the porn guitar. Someone in chat roll clarify that I'm right about this.
Yeah, in the chat roll, go. You know, a lot of you bought the theme song already on iTunes. Confirm or deny that is the song.
And Green Thunder just in the chat, I'm 100% with him. He says that music reminds him of Godfather's music.
Also, Baby making music.
That is Baby making music. That is a fact.
Every YouTube video I've clicked on is the same.
I swear it's like a church organ.
I think they just cut it in at a different spot. You know, some themes where it's the full theme, it has a different intro, but they're like, that's not the exciting part. Cut around that.
Maybe. You might be right. I don't know. God, I was so excited. I'm like, wait, that's not what I thought it was gonna be.
You guys know that AJ Styles wrestles too, right? He doesn't just come out to cool music.
Nope, didn't know that.
Didn't notice?
News to me.
And makes babies.
Right.
we know he has at least 3. It says on his chest.
I wish he used his indie theme, which was like the theme song for the movie The Beach with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Oh, God.
I remember the movie. I don't remember the theme.
Yeah.
James is going to look that up now, too.
Hopefully it's good Baby making music.
Well, what was good? I did my best to segue out of that.
Okay.
Nice.
U.S. title match, Neville versus Kalisto.
Yeah, straight up title match.
This wasn't really advertised or anything. All of a sudden, it pops up and saying, hey, this match is next. And I'm just like, go on. Because this match is going to be amazing. And it was. It could have gone a little longer. But, I mean, I understand there's no real, storyline behind it. I was really expecting Del Rio to come out and just cause a DQ.
As was I.
Being angry, why is he getting the shot? I have my rematch clause. Da 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 da. But no, it was just a full, clean match. Kalisto's Hurricanrana's first off the one on the outside of the ring, running into the barricade.
Right, that was crazy.
And then the Super Frankensteiner off the top rope. Wow.
And the moment, too, where, I'm trying to remember what it was. Did he cartwheel out of the way of Neville doing a clothesline or something off the ropes, and then he did the
handstand walk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Right as King is doing all this great stuff with Morrow and saying, it's, doesn't matter, and he's not that impressed. Okay, well, that was impressive.
And it was weird because like Neville was the big guy in this match,
That was very weird.
which was. I don't think Neville was really used to that role either, but this was such a cool match. Neville has Kalisto locked in his deadlift German, and Kalisto counters it into the Salito del Sol and gets the win, and then we got the sportsmanship handshake afterwards. But again, no Del Rio coming in afterwards, no promo, no nothing. Just, hey, this was a fun title match that we decided to put on SmackDown for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I hope we have more of this.
Yeah, that was a great segment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know why they keep making Kalisto defend his title repeatedly, but it works.
Cena did it.
Yeah.
The good guys are willing to defend their title. They want to be fighting champions. The bad guys, I'll keep this as long as I want because when you're champion, you make more money.
Ooh.
Well, that's what they say.
Hello, Kalisto.
Wow. Okay.
JK.
Bye, Ryback.
Bye, Ryback. Hit the bricks. Kalisto's got some gold
Hey,
now.
out of sight, out of mind. I haven't seen that guy since the Royal Rumble.
He was on Raw, wasn't
Yeah.
he?
He wasn't on tonight, though.
No, not tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of people weren't on tonight.
That's true.
No League of Nations. Remember that group?
Well, Sheamus is out with an injury.
Well,
now,
apparently
too.
Sheamus is now hurt. Half the League of Nations is hurt.
Yeah, he played too many drums, right? According to you.
Yeah, that's exactly how the injury was caused.
Hey, Sheamus definitely looks like a rock star.
Yeah, I guess you can go with that with the mohawk and everything. But speaking of NXT people that we had here, two NXT alums, Neville and Kalisto, apparently this week's Believe That has something to do with NXT, so I shall pass the... Well, I'm not going to pass the mic because you have a mic in front of you.
That's right.
What we got?
Plus, it's heavy and it would probably hurt if you did.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Right. Well, guys, do you believe this? Following WrestleMania 32, perhaps the Raw right after, rumors are saying that Samoa Joe will be brought to the main roster.
Well, it seems like the last couple of years they're debuting minimum one, if not two. The night after WrestleMania last year, we had the debut of Kalisto and Neville, ironically enough. Both of them debuted that were all the night after. I would not be surprised. It's either going to be Joe or Balor. It's not going to be both of them.
Well, the other part of this is saying that they actually want Finn Balor to continue to be the face of NXT, so they're going to keep him down there for a while after
Which could
that.
make sense. It's either Joe or Balor will debut after the night after Raw, and I also think Bayley will. I think it will be one of them and Bayley. That's just me just throwing darts at stuff, but no, I could certainly believe the Raw after Mania is the biggest one of the year. They always have some big debut, so I would not be surprised at all if Joe
I
was
think
there.
the big debut is going to be Enzo and Kaz to defeat the New Day for the tag titles.
That would also be awesome. I didn't even think of that. Scott's kind of quiet about this.
Yeah, I don't think Enzo and Kaz. That's just me. I don't think Balor either, because I believe the same thing. I think Balor is in the prime spot there, being the face of NXT and having that sweet spot. Like, it's just, he's that guy there, and it's not going to change anytime soon. And I think he'd get lost in the mix anyway in the main roster.
I mean, he'll eventually get up, but...
Sure, but I think it's a ways away. Because as cool as his entrance is, the guy's a great wrestler, but he's just another great wrestler, has a cool entrance. I don't feel he has a really defined character that can continue and keep going. But Joe, with AJ there now, and I will say this too, like last week, I didn't believe WWE and Vince McMahon especially would have the confidence in bringing AJ Styles out in the Rumble. I thought it was he has to introduce him to the audience before they put him out there. I was wrong, totally wrong, and I love that I'm wrong because I was surprised. And now that AJ's on the main roster, I think they're going to capitalize with Joe soon. So I totally believe that Joe and AJ, and they're going to put that feud on TV because they know those two guys know each other exceptionally well and can go.
Right.
Yep.
So you guys believe that?
I believe it.
I like it.
We do. You know,
Every once in a while.
now once in a blue moon, but I don't know. Maybe it's just
I believe almost all of them.
I mean, we have been on kind of a roll lately, I guess.
I've liked to punch these writers in the face on what you said, but this one whoever wrote that one, it makes sense.
All right.
Highlight reel.
Not the biggest one. Because that was the one from Raw a couple
That
weeks
was
ago.
about 10 days ago, but this is still a highlight reel
It's a big
nonetheless.
one.
It's a fairly. above average sized one.
Yeah, and the biggest one, no Geritron.
No, there wasn't.
No.
But we had the Geritron 5000 tonight. But that was it. There was no chairs or anything like that. His guests are Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and they tried to liven up the place.
Yeah, that was so sweet.
Roman Reigns brought a stool, and Dean Ambrose brought an orchid.
That was very funny.
And it didn't get smashed over anyone's head.
No, it was there.
How did that happen?
It was there for, for display.
I thought for sure that was going over somebody's head.
I just hope that they keep the stool and orchid and put out there from the next few highlight reels. And you can also have, like, say Jericho keeps forgetting to water the orchid and is just slowly dying. Is that the dark part in me just now?
Very, very dark.
I try to be dark once in a while.
I like to watch orchids die.
Slowly. Very slowly. So I loved this promo segment because Jericho, you can tell he's doing pretty well with his podcasts, because he had some really good, like, interview moments on this. And they built up the triple threat match that's going to be at Fastlane for the #1 contender spot to face Triple H at Mania. Roman Reigns versus Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar, which means there will be no Intercontinental title match at Fastlane unless Ambrose loses it in the next week or so.
Could be.
But so this whole thing was, how will you guys face each other with something so big on the line because you're best friends? And Ambrose's like, I'll punch you in the mouth as soon as the bell rings.
Yeah, without missing a beat.
Yeah. And Roman's like, well...
The man's got a plan.
Well, Roman's like, well, what if I lower my head and you punch my head and that's going to hurt you?
Break your hand.
Yeah. Well, what if I knee you in the ribs instead? What if I want you to think I'm doing that? Well, what if I want you to think I'm doing that? Well, what if I want you to think that I want you to think I'm doing that? And so on and so forth. And then they went on for about 30 more minutes. No, I'm kidding. And then they pull up, or Jericho brings up the fact that, it's like, well, Ambrose, you've never been in the ring with someone like Brock Lesnar. How will you deal with him? And I loved Ambrose's response to that. And Brock is the most destructible force in WWE, but I'm indestructible.
Almost as if someone wrote that line for him.
Samoa Joe.
Who would have done such a thing?
Samoa Joe.
Maybe the person who wrote.
Almost.
Maybe the person who made AJ's porn music that we've been listening to.
That you've been listening to.
Maybe.
Watching orchids die.
Yes, I play that music while I watch orchids die. This is just getting really, really weird.
Friday night in Rosieland.
Friday night? That's every night. What you talking about?
Friday night at Rosieland. Is that your after-hour show?
Yes. Tune in to Friday Night at Rosieland. No one.
VIP access only.
I mean, I've had that show for about 6 years, but no one tunes in.
And there's your next shirt.
Friday Night at Rosieland? Make it! Someone make the shirt! I will submit it.
It would have to be sparkly for sure.
No sleeves.
No, it's got to be sleeveless.
V-neck.
Long V-neck.
Yeah, capital V.
Yeah. Maybe a cursive V?
Okay.
I don't know. Reigns is trying to tell Ambrose, hey, like, Brock is for real. You haven't been in the ring with anybody. I know. I've been there. You are gonna have to prepare for that. And Ambrose like, well, I don't have to beat Lesnar. I just have to beat you. And Reigns is just like, well, I'll be the first time because you've never beaten me before. It's like, oh snap! Here we go.
Good little
Here we
digs.
go. And then blah, Wyatt's. Because they want to remind us that they slaughtered the Beast at the Rumble. And they want to destroy the other pretty boys, the other faces of the WWE, and challenge Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and Chris Jericho to a 6-man tag match later that night. It's interesting because it's not every day that the heels make the challenge.
Yeah.
So I found that very interesting.
I'm surprised that Braun Strowman didn't eat the orchid. Like that's what he lives on.
You think he's like a vegetarian? You think he lives off plants?
Yeah, he
Like a
lives
dinosaur.
Off, yeah, he's a big brontosaurus, that guy.
Oh, and the chat roll is trying to decide whether or not they want to go to Rosieland or Misney World. I know it's a tough choice.
How tall they got to be to ride the rides?
Wow. That could be taken in many, many different ways.
Sure could, but how tall are you going to be?
5 feet.
Okay. So, sorry, Kalisto.
Aw.
Wow. Moving on. So, yeah, Wyatt's made the challenge. And then we never got, like, the official acceptance from the other three.
You
it
know
just came
why?
out commercial.
Do you know why?
Because the lights went out.
Well, and also, the man who would have made that happen is appearing at another show very, very soon. Who would have made that a tag team match? Playa?
Oh, are you talking about Mr. Teddy Long?
Yes, this is...
The gentleman that I will be working with this Saturday
That's right.
at Insanity in Industrial Hills at City of Industry live. You can go to theiwo.com for details on that with the Insane Wrestling League. There's also a rap concert. Crazy Bone is headlining that as well. And you can watch IWL off your Roku device if you have it.
So if you're wondering why a tag team match wasn't declared, Playa, you might
Because-
have to go to the show and find out.
Because Teddy Long was on a plane getting on his way here. Mm-hmm. Because he's going to hang out with me. He might sit on commentary with me. I'm excited about it.
Are you going to
That's
wear
so
an
cool.
oversized suit too?
No, I got to leave that for him.
Okay.
But my thought is, if he accidentally leaves the suit, now he's like 5'2" and super skinny, but he wears very large suits.
Yes.
It might still fit me.
Oh.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed I get a Teddy Long suit.
I hope he has backup clothes in this scenario.
Maybe you should just spill on him. Pretend it was an accident.
There you go. Heel maneuver right there.
Oh, here I have this Talk Rosie Talk shirt for you to put on instead.
I
I'll
brought
just
you.
take that jacket.
I brought you a cup of syrup. Oops. My mistake.
I'll take care of this for you. Wear this rosy shirt while I go get this dry cleaned.
And pose for a photo.
Yes. Social Outcasts come on out, and they feel that they should have been the hottest thing trending after Raw. Because let's be honest, Bo Dallas rapped better than Flo Rida.
Oh yeah, blew him out of the water.
Flo Rida, it's pronounced Flo Rida, I'm aware, but I'm calling it Flo Rida because I'm super white.
You trying to
Classically
take
white.
away his street cred?
Yes.
He took away his own street cred by rapping.
Yeah, Flo Rida, that rap that he did should have been the one that Bo Dallas did. I mean, like, what just happened here? Mm-hmm. But they say no. All the trending and everything went to AJ Styles, and Axel's pissed because his 364-day, 3-minute and 23 seconds time in the Rumble, which is an official record, right?
Sure.
All right.
Usually you got to get in the ring first, but hey.
No. Well, AJ eliminated him and ended his long tenure in 2 Royal Rumbles. Mm-hmm. And he challenges AJ Styles to a match, and out comes AJ. And we have AJ versus Axel, which was a fun match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I liked... Oh, and this is the AJ Styles match.
This is the indie music.
The indie music one.
From the film The Beach, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, Oscar-nominated actor.
Yeah, then he's nominated this year, too.
And someday, AJ
Was that all we got for the music?
That's it.
All right. That's all we needed.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one now.
Yeah, sure.
As a taste.
But no, what I like with the Social Outcasts, I mean, I would prefer them to win some more matches. Obviously, I'm not expecting them to win this match. But I like that
They won against Flo Rida. They won. They won
that
on
was a
Raw.
squash.
And that was on Hulu. Normally they're cut out of Hulu. I call them the Hulu Outcasts. They made it. They made it on the major platform that day and won.
Well, what I like is the matches are still competitive.
Yes.
Axel had a lot of offense in this match. Mm-hmm. AJ eventually took out the Outcasts. And we see that they are going to let him use the Styles Clash, which I did not think they would.
Why?
Because that move has injured a lot of people.
You've heard the stories about those, right? Of why they got injured?
Well, because they're not... In wrestling, in most moves, you're supposed to tuck your chin down.
Right.
When you take many bumps, so your neck doesn't whip back. In that move, you're supposed to do the opposite. You're supposed to be looking up, based on how you're positioned. And so there are some wrestlers, based on just instinct, they're getting hit, they tuck down, and then they break their necks. Hence Yoshitatsu.
Right. But, I mean, you take the Undertaker's Tombstone Pile Driver. you know,
right,
tuck him.
No,
some sort of idea.
but you're also being protected by his legs in that one.
All right, I mean that's fair, but you know, it's hey, AJ's a pro. He knows what he's doing, and it was cool that the buildup of this move. I feel like it wasn't a big payoff of him finally hitting it on someone, but oh well, he hit it. You know,
Yeah,
it was still cool.
but yeah, I mean, that was kind of the talk, you know, on Rumble and Raw, because he teased it in both times, but didn't hit it. So that was like a lot of like the rumblings on Twitter and everything. It was like, oh well, they probably won't let him use the Styles Clash because of how dangerous a move it is. But clearly they're letting him. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
As long as everyone who takes it knows, look up when you're taking this move, please.
What happens when he wrestles someone who's like twice his size that he can't do that on though?
Well, then he'll do his like springboard 450 or whatever he does.
He used to do it on Abyss. And
that's true.
And Abyss is a big dude.
That is a big dude.
And he's a strong guy, so I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
Is Mark Henry gonna get it? Probably not. Probably gonna do
That'd be
that
so awesome.
That roll up for the win.
I want him to give it to Mark Henry. So AJ gets the win, as we kind of figured he would. Divas action: Charlotte versus Natalya. Natalya, she's been back for a couple weeks now, but big one-on-one match here against the Divas champion. She has a little side promo talking about how she's back from injury, and for the Divas to watch out since she's back. And
she's back on Total Divas too, right?
Yes, she is.
What's going on currently?
Well, right now she's dealing with Tyson's injury. On this week's episode, he went in for surgery.
Damn, so many surgeries.
And she had to watch the Divas Revolution from her couch, and she didn't like it. But now she's there.
But she was with her cats.
That's true. I think the cats are just as much TJ's thing as they are hers. They love their cats.
Natalya dominated this match.
Yeah.
And it just like she was pretty much in control the entire time, and then she rolls Charlotte in the ring, and then it's just one little woo that Ric Flair gives.
There he goes, trying to woo the Divas again.
And that's all it takes for the Divas to get sidetracked.
Yeah.
Natalya's just staring at him like, what? Do you forget your medication? Tries to get back in the ring. Chop block by Charlotte. Locks in the figure 8. Charlotte gets the win. And then puts it back on after the match. And Becky runs out to chase her off and make the save. So Becky is not out of the title picture yet, which I'm happy with. So it's kind of going on what... I think I brought it up last week. I'm thinking Fastlane will be a triple threat with Charlotte, Sasha, and Becky, and then it'll be the one-on-one at Mania.
Becky's had her chances, though. I just don't know how they can justify continually giving her title matches.
Because each time Flair's gotten in the way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we could justify it that way. All right. All right, I'll take it. I'll let her have another shot.
Oh, that's all it took. You're welcome, Becky. Right. Chrissy's now okay with it. Let's talk about, for a minute, the Golden Truth.
Yes. Let's talk about several minutes for it. I know we don't have the time, but damn.
I'm so excited for this.
So funny.
We got Goldust and Booker T Part 2, like 10 years later. We have R-Truth outside stretching somewhere.
So weird.
Goldust shows up in classic, like, fluorescent early 90s workout gear on top of his regular gear. Which, well, I mean, why else would he have it?
Of course, he's ready for battle.
Goldust is stretching. By the way, did you notice some of the DDP yoga Goldust was doing during this?
Oh, is that right?
He did a couple DDP yoga poses. He's a huge DDP yoga fan.
Right.
Oh.
And he's trying to, to be like, hey, have you thought about what I asked you on Raw? I can't do the Tourette's part that he does. But he's like, I told you I'm a married man. I don't want a partner. He's like, no, I mean tag team partner. And then apparently Goldust pulls a groin muscle. Says he needs it massaged. And
that's what a tag team partner would do.
You would think.
Billy and Chuck would help each other out in that way.
Absolutely.
They were a great tag team.
They were. I was about to say something.
That could be a new show on the network.
I was about to say something, but I was just like, nope, can't say that.
Partners for life.
Can't say that. R-Truth continues his thing.
Yeah, New Day would shame you.
Yeah, they would. They would have shamed me. So I behaved for the New Day because I believe in the power of positivity. R-Truth continues to think Goldust is hitting on him and leaves. Will we ever Will R-Truth ever realize that Goldust is not trying to have relations with him, but he's just trying to team with him in the wrestling ring?
And when he does, will he be up for it?
Tune in next time.
And R-Truth was amazing at the Rumble as well.
Yes.
Getting the ladder out.
It's a Money in the Bank match, right?
Damn, he could have won too.
And it's amazing how Goldust somehow, I mean, he's just so good for so many years. He has now successfully made us think that R-Truth is a smart one in the team. He's like, oh, R-Truth is like the not crazy one.
And Goldust has this uncanny ability to have instant chemistry with so many people, which is an amazing skill. I mean, you can go down the roster and see that it doesn't always happen with everybody, but Goldust can do it time and time again. You put him in a segment with somebody, and you're going to have an entertaining segment every time.
It's true.
Except for Fandango.
Goldust and Fandango?
Yeah,
Why do
you
I not
don't
even remember
that? Like huge botch fest on Raw, and then Fandango hasn't been on Raw since then. No,
I don't remember that.
Go back and watch Fandango and Goldust on Raw, and they screw up like 4 moves. And then at the end of it, Goldust is so pissed he like kicks the turnbuckle.
Oh, I do remember this. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Well, Fandango's been on TV since then, just been squashed really quickly. But he hasn't been on in obviously several months.
Right.
Ah, that's Fandango's new theme music.
Oh, I thought that was the other AJ theme. Main event time, 6-man tag team match. Bray Wyatt with Harper and Rowan versus Jericho, Ambrose, and Reigns. Back and forth 6-man tag, type of match that we would expect from these guys. Hard hitting matchup. Match ends with a Superman punches thrown on Harper. Reigns goes for the pin. Strowman pulls him out. DQ. Wyatt family goes and beats down all of them. They're ganging up on Reigns. And you think this is the time for the Beast Incarnate to make a surprise SmackDown appearance, start to get his revenge on the Wyatts. Or maybe Reigns powers out of it, shows that determination, that will that we thought he had in the Rumble, but then he walked out. And maybe prove it. Maybe Ambrose recovers, shows why he deserves to be in the main event at Fastlane, takes out the Wyatts himself. Maybe Triple H has a change of heart, and he comes down and thinks, hey, Wyatts, what you're doing is wrong. You should stop that. Maybe Sting comes down from the rafters with his baseball bat, chases them off. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the social outcasts are just like, hey, a couple weeks ago, we challenged the Wyatts, never got our fair match. We want to take him out. Maybe, just maybe, Samoa Joe and the rest of the NXT crew come out, and we have a whole new stable. Maybe the League of Nations, who were not on TV at all tonight, they come out and they lay the Wyatts to waste. Maybe Nexus returns.
Okay, now you're just being crazy.
All right, Big Show showed up. Where did that come from? Where did Big Show come from with all this?
His bus?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna guess his bus.
Yeah, I'm
He
guessing.
was just hanging out, and they were like, dude, Roman's getting his butt kicked. And he was like, oh, all right, I'll be right there.
and he
Losers
walks his way
off
on
the
down.
bus.
Big Show tosses Harper and Rowan out of the ring and then has a stare down with Strowman. And this was the type of stare down just like Fastlane match, those two. And it was like, hey, we're going to give Strowman somebody.
He's a warm-up.
Yeah.
You know? And hey, Big Show knows a lot, so he's going to help Strowman
Big
out.
Show's going to help that guy a lot.
And it was pretty cool at the Rumble to see Strowman stand toe-to-toe with Big Show, because that put Strowman in perspective for me of his size. Because I always knew he was big, but when I saw, oh my God, they're almost the same height. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I mean, Strowman...
Because that whole gang, except for Wyatt, is all really tall.
Yeah, I want to say Strowman's something like maybe 6'8" or so.
I believe he's 6'7".
6'7"?
I'm pretty sure.
And I mean, he's just maybe an inch or two taller than Harper and Rowan. So I mean, yeah, they're all. Yeah, Wyatt's the small one, but Wyatt is taller than me, and I'm 6'1". So.
Oh, he's that tall?
He yeah. When I want to say he's maybe like 6'2" 6'2", 6'3". He's a little taller
so
than me.
tiny next to them other guys.
Well, next to those giants, yeah. And I mean, I would look puny. Scott's pretty tall. Scott might be able to hang with him.
I'm taller than most wrestlers, but they
Yes.
destroy me when it comes to mass, bulk, size, agility, willpower, determination,
with that attitude.
desire, charismatic, and the list goes on. List goes on.
So eventually, Reigns, Ambrose, and Jericho, they regain consciousness. And they all gang up and take out the Wyatts and stand tall, and that's how SmackDown goes off the air. So
Exciting show.
it was overall an exciting show. We had a title match. We had a U.S. title match. We had a fun 8-man tag. We had a fun 6-man tag. We had AJ Styles. We had a good Divas match.
We had comedy segments.
We did have some funny segments.
We did laugh tonight, boys.
We laughed, we cried. I feel like we learned something too.
And again, exceptionally done by both Lawler and Ronaldo.
Yes.
They played off each other a lot during the show and talking about Lawler's career beforehand, winning championships and doing all that. And it didn't matter now that you're at the WWE, all the stuff with AJ Styles in his match. And they just did some great storytelling, and Lawler more into that heelish role, helping fuel Ronaldo more.
Ronaldo's so good.
And they're both, Lawler's back on his game.
Lawler, this is the best Lawler's been in years.
He's got a point of view again, which I love. And when they take that away from him, there's not a lot to him. He's very good at what he does, but when they take it away, it's not that good. But right now, this is becoming a must-see show.
Aw, they bring out the best in each other. That's so cute.
They do. And guys, Byron's there.
Oh, the black guy.
BS. Yeah.
As The Rock said. That black guy, I don't know.
And I don't mean that to be rude, because like I said, I love Byron Saxton. I almost feel like this show doesn't need him, though. I almost feel like Ronaldo and Lawler will do just fine with the two of them.
No, give Tom another chance. Poor Tom.
Well,
Just feel bad for Tom.
No, I feel bad for Rich Brennan. I don't feel bad for Tom Phillips.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Phillips at least is back on NXT. Rich Brennan's got nothing. Rich Brennan is back with The Miz.
Yeah.
Backstage. I mean, that's what Brennan's getting for some reason. But I mean, you wouldn't have either of them on there because both of them are play-by-play straight shoot commentators, and you don't need them on the show if you got Ronaldo. So
You guys just want him to do it all by himself?
he can. Ronaldo and Joey Styles are probably like the only guys who can do a show without a color commentator.
True. I think JR's capable.
Oh, JR will do it too.
Yeah.
But other than those
Excalibur.
three, in Pro Wrestling Gorilla,
Yes.
sure. Why not? He's not really TVPG style though. But shout out to PWG. Hey.
Nice.
So that's the show. We're done.
Yeah.
It's
a great show.
It was a great show. Fun show. Fun times as always hanging out with you guys.
Aw.
And of course, fun times chatting with all you guys live in our chat roll, as well as you can keep the conversation going on YouTube and iTunes. Again, make sure you like, subscribe, tell your friends about the wonderful world of AfterBuzz. We do all the wrestling shows, including shortly after this show, maybe about an hour or so, the very first AfterBuzz of Lucha Underground is coming on. So make sure you tune in and check that out, as well as any other TV show that you watch. Most likely AfterBuzz does.
Yeah.
And you can talk with us in various forms of social media. Hey, Christy, how can people reach out to you?
Well, we're organizing a girls' trip to Dollywood in the live chat right now.
Oh, nice.
So everybody make sure you keep up with me at Christy Reports. I'll keep you updated on the itinerary. Please also check out ChristyReports.com and watch the Total Divas After Show Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific. We have a lot of fun.
Hey, Scott, how can people reach out to you?
You can reach out to me on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you can listen to my comedy wrestling podcast, Curtain Jerks, available on iTunes and SoundCloud, and my comedy video game podcast, 16 Bits Podcast, also available on iTunes and SoundCloud.
All right, and you can follow me on Twitter at Roy Rosenberg, Instagram, the Roy Rosenberg. The T-shirts, we're getting really close to hearing me rap, guys. We're getting really close.
Yes!
ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. And like we said earlier in the show, this Saturday night, I will be calling the matches for Insanity at Industry Hills. IWL presents a huge Dual Cobras tag team tournament. It's tag teams, so you know Teddy Long is going to be there. Lots of fun action. And then Sunday night in Victorville, California, Alpha Omega Wrestling presents Unleash 5. We will have guys such as Mike Knox and Brian Kendrick, amongst many others.
Nice.
So lots of wrestling happening this weekend for me. I'm not going to have a voice by Monday. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And James in the booth, follow him at the Jimbo Slice. And he will be doing the Lucha Underground show happening shortly tonight. So stay tuned on AfterBuzz for that. And for all your other AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzz TV. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Christy Olsen and Scott Narver, I am Christian Rosenberg, and we will see you next time.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Holla, holla, holla!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.